What's good? What's good? What's good? Okay, so for everyone who is just joining in, I just want to remind you guys that me and Ice Cold JT and another special guest are going to be in Santa Monica, California. Right now, we're thinking of doing the meet and greet at Muscle Beach. I don't know where Muscle Beach is, but I'm pretty sure it's in Santa Monica Beach somewhere. But July 25th of this year. So around 2 weeks from now, we're going to be in Santa Monica, California, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Come meet us in real life. Come work out with us. Come hang out with us. So basically, the theme of this stream is I just want to tell my story. I just want to tell my story because a lot of my newer subscribers don't really understand how I got to where I am. And that's because I tell bits and pieces of my story here and there in certain videos, but I haven't just sat here and laid out the whole entire story in a very long time. And in the past few weeks, I've definitely taken a lot of time to reflect on my journey and just thinking about all of the adversity that I overcame to get to where I am right now has really helped remind me that gratitude is the most important factor for happiness. Because just being grateful for how much I've already accomplished helps me find the success that I've been looking for so long, right? Success is really a feeling that you can feel in the present moment just by allowing yourself to feel gratitude and allowing yourself to acknowledge how far you've come. So with that being said, I'm going to start off, and hold on real quick. Let me just go ahead and clarify this. Is this live or is this an old video just premiering? This is live, okay? I'm doing this live. I don't really do premieres. I can start doing premieres on my channel if you guys want, but anyways, so I'm going to start off from March 9th, 2020. All right. Like I said, this is for my new subscribers. My old subscribers, you've been here since around that time, so you'll probably remember all of the things that I'm about to tell you. But March 9th, 2020. Okay, I'm going to read you my journal entry from that day, or at least a part of it. That was the first journal entry I ever made. Okay. I've come a very long way since then, by the way, which you guys will see. But today I put in my 2 weeks notice at H&M. It's March 9th, 2020. I turned 20 in exactly 5 days, and I just made the dumbest decision of my life. At least, that's what most people would tell me. As I write this sentence, I have exactly $621.32 to my name, and H&M is my primary, and by primary, I mean only source of income. With that being said, I've only told a few people, all coworkers, about my decision, and the majority of them reacted exactly how I expected them to react. They questioned the logic behind my decision as well as my plans for the future. I say majority because there was one person that truly seemed to have faith in me, and that was the head manager, Nick. He told me that if I have dreams, I should chase after them, and that I shouldn't let this job get in the way of my ultimate goals. In addition to that, he not only commended my character and work ethic in relation to my time at H&M, but also my video production skills in relation to YouTube. At first, I was a bit puzzled as to why he was the only one who offered words of encouragement, but looking back on it, I feel like that speaks volumes about why he's the head manager and the others work for him. Okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of it because it gets a little more personal, but let me go ahead and give some context behind that. So Nick, and I'm name dropping because obviously I have nothing but love for him. I haven't talked to him since the last shift that I worked there, but Nick was that manager. If you have a job, you know that there's that one manager where when you clock in and you see him there, you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to work with this dude because he's going to make me do extra work for the same amount of money. Nick was always that guy. He was almost obnoxiously optimistic. And it used to rub people the wrong way, especially me, because I was lazy. Okay, I was really lazy. I was only at H&M for my paycheck and to talk to my friends and to get the employee discount. That was it. But Nick it wasn't until the time that I put in my 2 weeks notice and he told me that in private. Okay, nobody else was there. He wasn't just saying this to look good or anything. He told me this in private that I needed to follow my dreams. And I remember when he told me that, immediately I knew that's why he's the head manager. Because prior to that, I had been talking with some of the other managers that I had worked with who were more of my favorite managers because they were more chill and lenient and didn't make me work as much. And they were kind of bitter that he was the head manager even though he hadn't worked there for as long. And I remember I kind of bought into the propaganda a little bit and I understood why they felt the way that they felt. But in that moment, I realized that is what it takes to get to the top. right? You have to be obnoxiously optimistic. You have to be willing to push not only yourself, but the people around you to their fullest potential. You have to push them to their limits if you want to get the results that you see in your mind or the results that are required of you. So that was kind of my wake up call in terms of what I need, the characteristics that I need to get to that next level. All right, so fast forward to March 18th, 2020. That was the day that I filmed that video where I said that I was going to post the video when I hit 100,000 subscribers, which I ultimately did. Obviously, I have the plaque, and then you can just look at the sub count yourself. But that day, I went to Highland Park. Okay, if you watched that video that I posted earlier this week, I think it was called "You'll Never Be Successful Unless You Do This." If you watched that video, at the beginning of that video, that's the neighborhood that I went to. It was my first time going out there, and I remember feeling so inspired that I had to make that video. I had to make that video where I basically called out my own success because I realized that there's so much more to life than the life that I had been living. Okay, so for context, like I said in the video, I had 718 subscribers on YouTube. Most of that was from doing public interviews, Tinder videos, the entertainment content. Now, around the time that I quit my job, I literally completely overnight changed my content. I went from doing public interviews to doing ASMR videos overnight, bro. Okay, I'm talking about 1 week, I did a public interview, and then I think the next week I did a video on why I was deleting social media, and then I did an ASMR video, and I started doing pretty much all ASMR videos. I'm saying that to say that I pretty much restarted my whole entire channel because the people who subscribed for the public interviews, they weren't watching the new videos. So I basically quit my job and then I started my channel from scratch with $600 to my name. Okay, so I'm saying that to say that I took a major leap of faith. Okay, a major leap of faith. And I also want to say this as well, and I'll probably make a video on this in the future, but I remember at the time I was so confused as to why my public interviews weren't taking off. Because if you go back and watch them, they were really good videos. If you don't take into account me right now and you take that, if you just completely ignore that context and you just look at the videos for what they are, those videos were really good, especially for the time, but none of them were hitting. None of them were getting put into the algorithm. And it used to piss me off because I was working so hard. In retrospect, I realize now that that was actually a blessing in disguise because if I blew up doing public interviews, I would have been stuck doing that. The smaller your channel is, the easier it is to transition your content like that. So gratefully, none of those videos blew up and I was able to make that transition into ASMR videos, and then ultimately ASMR videos turned into self-development videos. Hold on real quick. This person said we need the public interviews back. Absolutely not. No, I'm not doing public interviews anymore. That era is now done. That era is complete. But I basically started my channel over, bro. I started my channel over and I wasn't getting any views, but we're talking 30, 40, 50 views a video at most, 3 comments, and I'm just sitting here watching my bank account balance go down slowly but surely, bro. And I'm just thinking to myself, fuck, bro, like fuck. I think I might have messed up, bro. And I remember I used to lose sleep over that, bro. And mind you, in the midst of all of this, I'm also dealing with the most devastating emotional experience of my entire life. Okay, and you can read my book Soul Shock, which I have a link in the description of this stream as well as all of my videos, or you can just go on my website and look at it there. But you can read my book Soul Shock to hear more about that. I've touched on that in great depth in that book. But I'm going through all of this stuff at once. Okay, so March 18th, 2020, on the surface, it looks like I'm very confident in my future because deep down I know that it's going to work out, but I don't see it yet. I'm not understanding how it's going to work out, and that shit used to stress me out, bro. It used to stress me out, and that's why I have the mental resilience that I have right now. It's because of that time in my life. Because once I realized that I could get through that, I realized that I could get through absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. Okay, because no matter what my channel looks like right now or in the future, whatever, it'll never be as bad as it was back then. All right, shit was not looking too promising for me. There wasn't a lot of light in my life at that point in time. So I'm doing these ASMR videos and I'm also just emotionally numb at the time, right? Because I don't even know how to process my own pain yet. So I remember I basically transformed my life overnight. I always tell you guys that if you want to implement self-development practices into your life in the most sustainable way, you should do them one at a time, which I do still stand by. But if you have a strong enough emotional impetus to inspire you to change your life, you can do it overnight. Okay, and I did it over fucking night. So April, I believe it was April. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find my journal entry from April 1st. Because, okay, yeah, I'm just going to read April 1st, 2020, my 7th journal entry. Self-improvement. These two words hold more meaning to me than anything else at this stage of my life. The concept of self-improvement is extremely fascinating to me. One mistake that many people, myself included, often make when trying to apply the law of attraction into their lives is that they direct their energy towards what they want as opposed to who they must become to receive it. They focus on living their best life without becoming the best version of themselves. Then, when they don't get what they want, they get frustrated and lose faith in the law of attraction. This, in turn, brings an utter sense of hopelessness and bitterness upon them. I believe that this is the primary reason why people are so spiteful toward those who actually put in the work to better themselves as they work towards their goals. I'm going to share with you some information that, if allowed, will undoubtedly change your life forever. In becoming the best version of yourself, you will inherit the life that the best version of you is already living. That version of you that you must become already lives within you. You just need to find the desire and discipline to become that person. These past few weeks, I've teetered between bouts of great ambition, hunger, and drive, as well as fear, doubt, and uncertainty. These ups and downs have helped me determine exactly what it is that I want in life. Let's see. I had to be honest with myself and with the universe. I want to live the high life, i.e. become rich. And I want to have somebody, i.e. a female companion, to share this experience with. I've always wanted these two things, whether I was willing to admit it to myself or not. However, I have neither of those things. This is where the negative feelings come into play. So I'm not going to just ramble on with that journal entry, but that gives you a good insight into how my line of thinking was at the time. Now, a few days after that, that's where I changed my life. Okay, I think at that point I had already started NoFap. I was a few days in. And a few days after that, I started waking up at 6 o'clock every single morning. As a matter of fact, let me see if I have a picture. No, I don't think I do. Basically, I created a daily routine, a daily regimen, down to the hour, down to the minute of what I needed to do every single day at every specific time. And I stuck to it for about a month. Okay, so April, that was the month that I completely reset my mind. Completely reset my mind in 1 month. And ever since then, I've been riding that wave of momentum as far as self-development goes. That's why things like NoFap, cold showers, all of that stuff is easy to me. It's easy because, like I said, when you have a strong enough emotional impetus, i.e. a reason why you need to stick to your practices, you will. You will. And for me, it was heartbreak. For me, it was that pain of having gone through my first heartbreak, as well as the pain of just not being where I wanted to be in life. Now, I'm going to rewind a little bit to March 14th, 2020. That was my 20th birthday. March 14th, 2020. Now, let me go ahead and paint the picture for you guys real quick, okay? This is live G. Yes, this is a live stream. I'm doing this 100% live. So, let me paint the picture for you. I'm sitting in my car in the Walmart parking lot, okay? I'm sitting in my car in the Walmart parking lot, and I'm just reflecting on my life, bro. I'm reflecting on my life because this was the day that I would say I realized I was down atrocious. This was the day that I realized, dude, I am down fucking atrocious because I'm in the car and first I'm reflecting on my dating life, right? And how I kept finding myself in these patterns where I ended up chasing women who seemingly did not want anything to do with me. And I had to ask myself, why is that? How is it that I'm 20 years old and I've literally never had a girlfriend, much less sex, all of that? I didn't care about any of that. How is it that I'm 20 years old? I've never even kissed a girl before. How is that possible? And I just remember sitting in the car, bro, just feeling sorry for myself, bro. Just feeling so sorry for myself and just reflecting on all of the things that were going wrong in my life at that point in time, bro. everything that was going wrong in my life just, I don't know, it was just all piling up on me. And I remember, bro, I think I talked about this in my book as well, but that girl who I talked about in Soul Shock, she knew my birthday and she didn't tell me happy birthday. And I remember just waiting for that text and that shit did not come, bro. And I was just sitting in the car like, fuck, bro. So she's gone. I lost her. I lost her, so that's over, more or less. What else? I'm broke. I'm restarting my channel with this new content that nobody seems to be fucking with. Like, it's like, bro, shit is just, it's not looking too good for me. So my 20th birthday, you could argue that was one of the worst days of my entire life in retrospect. But it was also my wake-up call. It was my wake-up call, and that was the day that I decided that I needed to get my shit together. Okay, so when I read that journal entry from April, that's where that started. It was March 14th, 2020. Because when you hit 20 years old, I feel like reality hits you. It really hits you for the first time. And I realized, for one, I'm not where I want to be in life. But even more concerning was the fact that I hadn't really grown as a person. I was thinking about the person that I was at age 13 and the person that I was at age 20. And aside from me being able to do public interviews and things like that, and having the courage to follow my dreams, I didn't really make that much progress. I mean, if you looked at my bank account, I probably had around the same amount of money. At 13, I probably had around $600 in my account. When I was 20, I had around $600 in my account. So I'm like, okay, that's 7 years. What the fuck happened? How am I still broke after 7 years? It doesn't make sense. 13, never had a girlfriend, never kissed a girl. 20, never had a girlfriend, never kissed a girl. So I'm thinking, how is it possible that in 7 years of my life, I haven't made any progress? That shit should be impossible, right? So that's when I decided that, okay, I need to get my shit together and I need to start right the fuck now. That's when I realized I need to start right now. So I think at the time I was really locked in on fitness in particular, but that was also around the time that things started to shut down. So the gym, the barbershop, all that stuff started to shut down, and it was pretty much just me and my thoughts and my channel, right? So I'm trying to see, I'm trying to figure out what I need to tell you guys, because I don't want to leave anything out. But let's fast forward to around May. Let's fast forward to May of 2020. This is when I started to kind of find myself creatively. I started to kind of expand my boundaries as a YouTuber, but really as a creative in general. I started to develop a new appreciation for music, new appreciation for art, for poetry. That's another thing I forgot to mention. So I also, around this time, I realized that I have a gift for writing poetry. Out of the blue, I just randomly realized that. So every day, here's pretty much how my days were structured. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I would either work out or film a video, and then I would edit said video, and then I would write. That was pretty much it. That was my routine every day. It was one of those two things every single day. And like I said, I stuck to it for about a month. Then I got to a point where I could continue doing those things without having to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day. So that would be around May is when I kind of started to like live a little more fluidly. But I'm still writing every single day. I'm writing poetry every single day. My content is starting to expand a little bit. And what else? I'm trying to think about everything that was really going wrong in my life before I had that breakthrough moment, because I want to set that shit up with full context, bro. So through that whole time, I'm still going through it with that girl. It was just a very complicated situation. Like I said, just read Soul Shock if you want to get more information about that, because that was really kind of the essence of me being down bad. It was mostly centered around that. I'm trying to think, bro. What else? I mean, I'm still broke. Like I said, I'm watching my bank account balance go down. I probably got down to around $400, and I'm still not really close to being monetized. My videos are not catching any type of traction at all because I switched my content up. So every day, I'm just feeling stressed. This is the first time in my life that I experienced anxiety. It was around that time in my life, bro. April and May, those were very, very difficult moments for me, or difficult times in my life. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fast forward to a week before my breakthrough moment. I think it was May 18th, 17th or 18th, okay? May 17th or 18th, I was going for this long drive. I used to do this every day. This was the only time I would feel peace in my life. I go for these long sunset drives every single day, bro. Every single day. If you read my book, if you read the poem Pyramids, I say those pastel skies of pink and white take away the pain. That's pretty much the essence of that period in my life where I was taking those drives every day at sunset, and I would listen to Pink and White by Frank Ocean. And I would go a little bit further from my house every time. And it got to the point where I was taking like mini road trips every day, bro. Just all during quarantine, because I didn't have shit else to do. So one day I'm taking one of these little mini road trips, and it's raining. It was raining really hard, but as I'm driving on the side of the road, I saw this sign that said coming soon. I guess it was for some type of commercial development, or I don't know, some type of real estate, but it said coming soon. And I didn't understand why at the time, but I broke down. When I saw that, I broke down. I'm talking about ugly crying in the car. It's raining outside. I'm listening to Janae Aiko or somebody. And like I said, this is around May 18th, May 17th, somewhere around there. So a week later, May 23rd, I think it was around May 23rd. I had been on NoFap for about a month at this point, so I decided I'm gonna make a video on it. So I had already had the video in the vault. The video was already privated and ready to go. For those of you who don't know, I keep all of my videos privated. So any video that you see this week, for example, I filmed either last week or the week before that, which I didn't film last week. So yeah, I filmed at least 2 weeks ago. So I had already filmed the video and it was just ready to go. But the day before, bro, literally the day before I posted my first NoFap video, this girl commented on one of my videos and she told me that my content was great, but I needed to change my thumbnails. Right? That's pretty much all she said. So I asked her, what should I change about my thumbnails? And she gave me some advice. She gave me some tips, whatever, from a viewer perspective of what would draw her in more. And I said, okay, cool. And then I told myself I'm going to implement that on the next video that I film. But for whatever reason, the morning of May 24th, I woke up early and I couldn't go back to sleep. And something kept telling me, change the thumbnail of that NoFap video. Change the thumbnail of that NoFap video. And so what do you think I did? All right, I woke up, I changed the thumbnail of that NoFap video the same day that I uploaded it. That video popped off, bro. That video popped off. Now, if you're a YouTuber, then maybe you understand the feeling of seeing that first video pop off. If you've experienced that before, that is a fucking euphoric feeling. But you have to put it into context. Okay, I'm broke. I'm nowhere near getting monetized at the time. I think I maybe had 850 subscribers, something like that. And I'm still going through heartbreak. I'm still experiencing all of this stress and this just emotional, financial struggle, all of that stuff, all simultaneously. And that video, bro, like I said, I was getting around 40 views a video at the time. That video got around 500 views that first day. And I remember I was at the park with my friends and I was just refreshing my shit. Oh my God, I got 536 views, 542 views. Bro, I was on cloud fucking 9, bro. And then the video kept growing and I hit 1,000 subscribers maybe 2 days later, right? But I still wasn't anywhere close to getting monetized. I think I had around 2,000 watch hours. You need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. So one day I looked at the watch hours. I had 2,600. This is probably around June the 3rd or something like that. June 3rd, June 4th, early June. And I remember telling myself, okay, at this rate, in a few weeks, I should be monetized. A few days later, I look again and I had 4,200 watch hours. And I just want to paint that picture for you, bro, because I really genuinely want everybody to experience the feeling that I felt at that moment, bro. I looked at my computer screen and I just sat there. I just sat there for a few minutes, just looking. because I didn't have anything to say. I was just speechless. That was the first time in my life that I was genuinely speechless, bro. Genuinely speechless. Because, like I said, that meant that I was eligible for monetization. And the first thing that popped in my head, funny enough, I don't think I ever said this before in a video, but the first thing that popped in my head in that moment was, this is why I had to lose that girl. I don't know why. I guess that's just what was on my mind the most at the time. But this is why I had to lose that girl, was so that this could happen. Because if I didn't lose that girl, I would have never switched my content up. I wouldn't be in this position right now. And then I got up, I went into the bathroom, and I just looked at myself in the mirror. Bro, when I tell you guys, I bawled my fucking eyes out, bro. I bawled my eyes out for a good 30 minutes, bro. 30 minutes. That was the first thought that I had was, this is why I had to lose that girl. The second thought that I had was, I don't have to work anymore. I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm fine. I don't have to work anymore. At this point, I'm probably down to my last $300. And at that moment in time, I realized I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm fine. Like, I'm good. And that was literally, probably even more so than hitting 100K, the greatest moment of my life. The greatest moment of my life. That moment right there. That was like my first NBA championship. I felt like LeBron when he won that championship for Cleveland, bro. That's what the fuck I felt like. I felt like I was on top of the world. Didn't know how much money I was going to make. I didn't care. I just knew that I had set out a goal for myself and I had achieved it. And now I was good. Okay, now since then, I've gone through certain trials and tribulations, ebbs and flows of running a business, learning how to just market myself and things like that. All of that stuff just comes with experience. But ultimately, since that moment, I've been good. Since that moment, more or less, I've been good. And like I said, I've gone through certain times where maybe I lost the passion for YouTube and then had to regain it. Times where I had to take breaks, things like that. But from that moment on, I've just rode that wave of momentum all the way up to where I am right now. And I'll continue to ride that wave of momentum moving forward. So I wanted to share that story with you guys because I know that some of you are probably where I was at that point in time, March 18th, or maybe March 14th, 2020. You're in the midst of your down bad crisis moment. Right now, you're looking around and you're like, I'm not who I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not with the people I want to be with. You're not satisfied with your life. I understand that feeling. Okay, that's why I'm so passionate about self-improvement, is because I know how you feel. I've actually been there before. You see, the best self-development YouTubers are always going to be the people who have been through some shit. That's what made me who I am. It was me going through those experiences and coming out on the other side. Because those experiences shaped me into a better person, into a person who has mental, emotional, and spiritual resilience, fortitude. Okay, just being able to stand strong no matter what obstacle is ahead of me, no matter what forces try to push me back to where I was. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this shit did not happen overnight. Because I know there's somebody out there who looks at where I am and says, wow, I wish I was where he is. But you don't understand what I've been through before. You don't know what I've been through to get to this point, but now you do. So just wanted to share that story with you guys. And now I can answer your questions. Any questions that you guys may have. And yeah. 1,000 subs only 2 days later. That was crazy. That was a crazy feeling right there, bro. That was a crazy feeling for me. I feel like that, like 1,000 subs, it didn't really hit me emotionally like that. But I don't know, dude. It was just seeing that for the first time, seeing that number after having that shit on my. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. I got something for you guys real quick. I got something for you guys real quick, bro. Because my newer subscribers, you're not gonna remember this. You had to be an OG to remember this, bro. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. What's good, Juan? What's good with you, bro? Hold on real quick. Where is it? Right here. It was, no. Where is it? I know I didn't get rid of that shit, bro. There's no way I threw that away. Absolutely no way. I don't know where it's at, bro. But the real ones will remember that sign that I had in my room that said by August, By August 2020, I will have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, is this one right? This shit's right in front of me. Hold on real quick. Go back to my old videos. Go back to my old videos from late 2019. Any video that I filmed in my room. Hold on real quick. I used to have this hanging up on my bunk bed back in my parents' house. I had this hanging up on my bunk bed back in my parents' house. And we did that shit, bro. We did that shit. I say we because obviously without you guys, that wouldn't be possible. So that's crazy. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, bro. Kevon, I'm glad that you commented because back in the day, I wrote down, because I like I said, I wasn't getting that many comments on my videos. So anytime I would get a positive comment or just a very encouraging comment, I would write it down on a sticky note and I put them up on my vision board. I actually have this one right here that you wrote. I have this one from my man Kevon right here, bro. Hey, you guys need to check out Von's channel, bro. This man has really been there since day one. See, I don't forget. I don't forget the people who showed me love from day one. I'm keeping these sticky notes forever. I wrote this. I had to have wrote this back in May of 2020, bro. May or June of 2020, somewhere around there. You love to see it. You love to see it. Shout out to my man Kevon, bro. Real shit. Should you move through life with a plan? If so, how do you get a good one? Or do you just go with the flow? I think it's a mix of both. I think that you should have somewhat of a plan in terms of the outcome, but as far as how you're going to get there, you should be adaptable and flexible. That's one thing about me. Like I said, okay, if everything had went according to plan back in 2019, I wouldn't even be on YouTube anymore because I wanted to blow up doing public interviews. I thought that was the only way. I didn't know about self-development videos back then. So if I had blown up doing public interviews late 2019 and then we were in quarantine for early 2020, you got to think about that. I wouldn't have been able to make videos and my channel would have died out. Or I would have had to switch to the content that I'm making right now anyways. So I think that you should have a plan, but your plan should be flexible. Jordan, how did your parents feel at the time with you doing YouTube and not being successful yet? I think that they were somewhat supportive, but they would definitely throw out little innuendos that would piss me off. Like I'm talking about, it created a lot of resentment, and that was something I really had to work through with therapy and things like that. But yeah, I've made my peace with the people who I felt didn't support me, because like I said, in the first journal entry that I made from March 9th, 2020, there were most people did not understand why I was quitting my job. Even, fun fact, bro, even the girl that I was talking about earlier, the girl from Soul Shock, I remember before I quit my job, me and her were talking all this shit about how we were going to quit our jobs, bro. And I asked her, do you think I should quit my job? I for sure thought she was going to say yes. I was just looking for validation at the time because I was scared out of my fucking mind, bro. When I put in my 2 weeks notice, I was shaking the whole time. Shaking, couldn't breathe properly, all of that. So I was so scared that I asked her, like, yo, should I quit? Do you think I should quit my job? I still remember to this day what she told me, bro. And I've learned I don't hold this against her. I'm just saying this matter of factly because this is literally what she told me. I think you should always have a job. I know you hate working, but you're going to hate being broke even more. She said some other stuff after that, and I don't remember what it was because that was just what stuck with me when she told me that. And that was kind of, those were the things that I would think about when I was doing those 6:15 a.m. workouts in my garage. But, I mean, shit, she was wrong. She was wrong. But, actually, no, she was right. Because, like I said, I did go broke. I had like $300 left. So she was right. But like I said, I don't hold that against her, though. I don't hold that against her because she was just operating from a place of fear, just like I was. It's just that I acted in spite of my fear. So, everyone kind of works at their own pace. Like I said, I don't hold that against her. I wish her nothing but the best. But that was just kind of, I don't know. That shit fueled me for a very long time. Very long time. Damn, that's some good memories to keep in 5 years from now. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm very big on keeping all of my receipts. And for those of you who are curious enough, you can actually go back on my channel and see all of what I'm talking about. You can see when I was making the ASMR videos. I don't delete those videos, bro. Those are still there. Those are still there. The videos from that time, you can see it. In fact, I want you guys, hold on real quick. There's this one video that I need all of you to watch. Hold on real quick. YouTube. There's this one video that I need all of you to watch. Every single one of you. Because I would argue that it's actually my best video up to this point. And let's see. I can't watch it on stream because it has copyrighted music. But let's do, how do you do this shit, bro? Okay, all right. This video right here, I spoke my life into existence. You can see in real time all of the times from my old videos where I was calling this shit out, bro. Where I was calling this shit out, the times where I doubted myself. Like when I first started working so that I could get my MacBook so I could edit my videos. Bro, do you guys understand? At the time, I don't think I had any credit to be financing things. So I had to buy my MacBook cash, bro. Do you guys understand that I had $143.30 left after I bought that fucking MacBook, bro? $143.30. $143.30. Like I said, bro, you can look at where I am and you can feel inspired by it, but you need to have the full context. I've posted 818 videos. Once this stream is uploaded, that's 819 videos. I've edited all but maybe 15 of those videos myself. Okay, so we're talking 800 plus videos, not to mention the videos that I have privated right now that you guys are going to see this upcoming week. Okay, I have over 800 videos that I have produced. I've been doing this shit for a long time, bro. It's only been a few years, but the amount of work that I've put in those couple of years, the amount of sacrifices that I made, the amount of sleep that I lost, the amount of meals that I skipped, all of that shit, bro. All of the sacrifices that I made, you guys need to know about that too. You guys need to know about that. You guys need to know about when I was working at H&M doing those truck shifts on Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. And I would come in on 2 hours of sleep. And then when we get the 15-minute break, I line up 3 chairs and go to sleep for 15 minutes. You guys need to know about that. You guys need to know about when I'm working an 8-hour shift at H&M and I get that hour break and I spend that whole hour break editing one of my videos. You guys need to know about that. And you guys need to know that at that point, I was doing all of that for free 99. Okay, so when you have a dream, you got to be willing to put in extra work for free. And not only that, you have to be willing to invest in yourself and your dreams. Before I made my first penny from YouTube, my first YouTube check was like $117.04. Before I made my first penny from YouTube, I had already invested 3 bands, bro. $3,000 into my channel. $3,000 fucking dollars, bro. How many people are willing to put in that type of work, to invest in their channel? How many of you are willing to do that? How many of you are willing to go and work that job that you don't want to work so that you can invest in your dreams? How many of you are willing to take that leap of faith and leave that job once you know that you've gotten everything you could get from it? How many of you are willing to do that? Okay, one of my favorite quotes of all time, it comes from a song from Ramen and OJ, and you'll hear it in that video when you guys go and watch that video after the stream. You'll hear it. Joyner Lucas says, "You want the crown but don't know what it takes. I am built different, I'm not what you think." That shit resonates with me so, like, at such a deep level, bro. At such a deep level. Because it's easy to look at not just me, but all the other people, bro. Guys like Ice Cold JT, Hamza, Cole Hastings. Bro, I guarantee you, we have all been through some shit, bro. We have all been through shit. They've definitely been through shit just like I have. For sure. All of us. No successful person has gotten to that point with ease, bro. All of us have been through some shit. And that's the thing. You guys got to understand that the adversity that you're experiencing right now is shaping you into who you need to become to inherit your best life. Now, don't get it twisted, bro. I'm just getting started. Okay, if you think that I'm just gonna stay where I am for the rest of my life, you got me all the way fucked up. Absolutely not. Okay, I'm just getting started. I'm only 22, bro. I'm 22. Where am I gonna be at 25? If I've been able to make that much progress in the past 2 years, two years and some change, where am I gonna be 2 years from now when I'm 24? How about when I'm 30? Where am I gonna be? Okay, you gotta understand, like, you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, bro. And right now, with you going through maybe some of the greatest adversity that you've ever experienced in your life, this is the start of your story right here. Okay, the more adversity you experience and the more adversity you overcome, the more inspirational your story will be and the more marketable your story will be. I'm grateful for the shit that I went through, bro. I'm grateful for those late nights that I used to stay awake wondering if I fucked my life up by dropping out of school and by quitting my job. I'm grateful for those nights because those nights shaped me, because I would wake up the next day and get to fucking work, bro. I would do what the fuck I needed to do every single day, no matter how I felt. Like I said, I was going through this shit, bro. I'm going through heartbreak, all of this stuff. I might have talked about it on some videos, but ultimately I'm making these videos like nothing's wrong. But I'm suffering. I'm suffering. People don't even know at that time I'm suffering. So, real shit, bro. You gotta go through some shit in order to really put yourself in a position to inspire other people. I've been through it, bro. And that's not even the half of it, bro. That's not even the half of it. That's not including the stuff that I went through earlier that year, earlier in 2020, or when I was in college, the level of depression that I felt when I was in college. I done been through so much shit in these past 3 or 4 years, bro. You still can't pronounce my name right? First of all, I appreciate the donation. And is it Mansour? Is it Mansour? That's how I would imagine, but I don't know if that's French or not. That's what I think, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. How did you get the courage and confidence to keep following your dreams when you were struggling? So this is something I've been reflecting on quite a bit. People always ask me how I have the courage to take those leaps of faith, like quitting my job and putting all of my eggs in one basket. I actually feel like it takes more courage to not do that. I felt like it would be more courageous to stay at that job and do some shit that I didn't want to do for the rest of my life. I don't understand how people do that. And maybe it's just the way that I'm wired, because I know my parents didn't put that into me. So I guess I just kind of developed that shit on my own. I've always been a go-getter, bro. From a young age, I've always been a go-getter. If I had a strong enough reason why, and I knew what I wanted, I was going to do everything in my power to achieve the desired outcome. I've always had that mechanism within me. So it's not even so much that I had courage and confidence, because I was scared out of my fucking mind, bro. When I did everything that I was talking about earlier in terms of quitting my job and me switching up my content, but just going through that struggle, you naturally build up mental resilience as you go. It's kind of like lifting weights. It's kind of like if It's kind of like if you were to go up to a bodybuilder and ask them, how did you get strong enough to lift weights? They did it by lifting weights. Like, you got to start off experiencing the resilience or experiencing the struggle, overcoming that, and then over time the dosage gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but you're able to adapt and you're able to build up the mental fortitude to overcome any and all obstacles that you face. Nowadays, when I face adversity, I get excited. I get excited because I know that the greater the adversity that I face, the greater the blessing on the other side of that adversity. Think of life like a slingshot. It's all momentum. Okay, so imagine that every day that you go through where you're not where you want to be, or every day that you go through where you're struggling, where you, let's say for example, your channel's not popping off, where you have a video underperform, where a girl ghosts you or rejects you or whatever, it's like you're pulling the slingshot further and further and further back. And when you finally let that bitch go, you're gone. All right, that's where you start getting plaques. That's where you start moving out. That's where you start living your best life. But like I said, I am nowhere near finished. Nowhere near finished. Believe me when I tell you that, bro. I just saw a picture of my grandma when she was younger. Shit was creepy as hell. It looked like her head didn't fit her body. Shit had me up all night. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. Hey, old people, you're going to be old one day, bro. And then your grandchildren are going to look at you. They're going to look at your videos and be like, damn, this man right here, bro, you're going to be on your ass, bro. Jordan, I still haven't told my parents that I dropped out of college because I'm scared of how they will react. You need to tell them. I mean, because here's the thing. You already dropped out. So how are they going to react? Are they, like, if they're going to react negatively, then it doesn't really have anything to do with you. Like, you just got to tell them, bro. Like, literally go off the stream and tell them right now. Tell them. Just go tell them. What I did personally, I dropped my classes and then I told my parents, hey, I just dropped my classes. I think I might have insinuated to them that I was maybe taking a gap semester. I wasn't going back, bro. So tell them you're taking a gap semester if you're really that scared. Jordan, could you show us your vision board from up close? I got you. Real quick. So this is my vision board right here. It has changed quite a bit in the past few months, but the essence of it has stayed the same. So basically, these are just things that have kind of helped me get through difficult times. You have what it takes. That one has helped me quite a bit. Self-love, just reminding myself to focus on myself first so that I have more to give. Create and inspire. That is my ultimate purpose in this life. Create and inspire through YouTube, through my writing, through anything else that might present itself. And then you have the YouTube logo. I mean, YouTube is kind of my roots in a sense. It's kind of where I found myself. And then all of these are just kind of things that I want to achieve at some point or another. So I think they kind of speak for themselves. But yeah, man. Yeah, the moral of this story is no matter what you're experiencing in your life, you have to continue pursuing your desired outcome. You have to, bro. You have to keep going. I'm gonna give you guys some homework, okay? Some summer homework. Go and read The Alchemist. Read The Alchemist. Read that book, bro. Read that book. Read it. Okay? If you don't like to read, sign up for Audible. Okay? I have a link in the description as well. You get a free 30-day trial of Audible. A free 30-day trial of Audible. And you can listen to The Alchemist in those 30 days. Actually, I don't know if you can choose the book, but yeah, get Audible, bro. Get Audible if you don't like reading. I need some water. Hi, Jordan Green. What's good, Julian? If there's one thing you want everyone to know about you, what would it be? I'm built different. I'm built different. And when I say I'm built different, let me go ahead and elaborate on that, because some of you probably have never heard me explain this shit. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna just explain it. So basically, being built different is about embracing who you are and maximizing your personal potential. Okay, and I personally, I think that's what separates me from other self-development channels. I'm in my own lane and I encourage you to do the same. I will never come on here and tell you guys to follow what I did, to follow my path. Okay, I tell you to figure out your own path, which may or may not coincide with my path, and maximize your own personal potential. I don't want any of you to come on here and watch my videos and think that, oh, I'm gonna be the next Jordan Green. No, I don't want you to be the next Jordan Green. You can't be the next Jordan Green. You need to be the first and only you. That's how to be like Jordan Green. That's how to be like Hamza. That's how to be like anybody that you like to watch. Anybody that you look up to for advice or insight on life. Be your best self. Be your best self. Watch how your life changes, bro. Another thing, speaking of which, another thing that I forgot to mention, when I first, around that time in March 2020, when I was going through my down atrocious phase, something that I did was I asked a few people. I think I asked my sister and I asked my friend Kendrick. I asked them to name 3 things that they thought that I was gifted at. Because like I said, I didn't really know myself at the time, so I was just taking inventory. And that's where self-development really begins. It's by taking personal inventory. I realized that I need to maximize my gifts, but I also need to work on my weaknesses. So if you don't know, if you're not self-aware enough to know what you're gifted at or what you're not gifted at, then ask people that you trust. Just ask them, hey, what are 3 things that you think I'm naturally gifted at? And what are 3 things that you think I can work on to become better? What books changed your way of life and thinking? I actually made a video on that as well relatively recently. It's called These Books Changed My Life. Literally go on my channel. You see in the thumbnail, I'm smiling and holding the books like that. Just watch that video. I go in depth for every book on how each book has changed my life. There's 11 books. I'm built different as well. I resonate with that. The quote, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds," by Einstein, is a quote that resonates with me heavily. I've never heard that quote before, but that's instantly one of my favorite quotes. I really appreciate you putting me onto that one. We are all built different, bro. You guys have to understand that we're all built different. That's why I put that shit in my banner. I'm simply built different. I want you to read that when you go to my channel. I want you to subconsciously read that and remind yourself that you are indeed built different. You are one of a kind. And if you maximize your potential, your potential is limitless, bro. Like, here's the thing, bro. We as a society, we define value based on 2 factors: usefulness and scarcity. Usefulness and scarcity. Why is inflation a thing? Why is gas, why did it cost me $67 to fill my car up the other day? Why did it cost me that much? Because there's so much more money in circulation that it's lost its sense of scarcity. Therefore, companies have to increase their prices in order to compensate for that so that they can continue to stay in business. Now, think about it like this, okay? If you can embrace your individuality, you are literally the only you in existence. The only you. You're the only one of you. Scarcity, okay? That is scarcity in its purest form. Being yourself. And then as far as usefulness goes, that's where self-development comes into play. Self-development. The self is you being yourself. The development is you maximizing yourself and increasing your usefulness. That's how you become wealthy. That's how you find love. That's how you be happy and fulfilled in your life. Is it Zay underscore 23? I appreciate the donation. Hey Jordan, what is your view on Stoicism? So I am a heavy believer in Stoicism. I actually implement it in my life as well. Not to perfection, but it's something that I've been implementing over time. My thing with Stoicism is I think a lot of men, they see Stoicism and they try to approach it from a surface level standpoint. They try to look stoic rather than be stoic. And I think that's the biggest misconception amongst men, is that you need to look stoic by suppressing your emotions. I'm an emotional dude, I am. But the thing is, I'm also very level-headed. I'm very level-headed and I'm very good at adapting and going with the flow and making the most of my situation. Stoicism is you having enough emotional intelligence to not allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. But the only way you can have emotional intelligence, just like with any other subject, is to practice it. You have to understand your emotions. You have to sit still and be present with your emotions. That's why I recommend things like therapy and journaling and just reflection on a daily basis, bro. Every single day. Spend 30 days in a room, or not 30 days, 30 minutes in a room by yourself every single day without saying anything. Just listen to your thoughts. Yo, Jordan, I'm in the save my money for YouTube equipment and self-improvement phase you were in, and I'm trying to level up. What obstacles should I be prepared for? So I think that, like I said, we all have our own individual journeys. I think the most important thing is you have to be willing to learn. Okay, you have to have a thirst for knowledge. So for example, when I got my new MacBook and then I eventually got my new editing software, Final Cut Pro, which is what I use to this day, there was a very steep learning curve for me in learning how to operate with that new software. So you can't allow yourself to be intimidated or overly intimidated by the things that you don't know, because that's information that you just need to acquire and apply over time. So something like, for example, making thumbnails, right? Like I learned how to make thumbnails over time. It took some time, but eventually I was able to do it. Okay, so you have to fall in love with the feeling of not knowing what the fuck you're doing, because you know that that's an opportunity for you to level up. And that applies to everyone. Even if you're just working at a regular job and it's your first day on the job and you're completely lost. You're completely lost. You're an accountant and you're trying to figure out how to read the balance sheet and shit like that, which you should know how to do that if you're an accountant. But let's say it's your first day on the job and you're just blanking out. Take that as a sign that you have room for improvement. And if you're watching my channel, that means you love the feeling of leveling up. So it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Hi, Jordan. Do you recommend going to community college? So I went to community college, and I'll probably tell that whole story in another stream one day, but I went to community college for a semester and a half. I ended up dropping out, but I feel like it's better than just going directly to a regular college because it's cheaper, and you can still ultimately, if you get a bachelor's degree, they're only going to show the college that you got that degree from. So if you want to save money, yes, community college is better. But also understand that the campus environment won't really be what a university campus environment would be like. Jordan, do you make a thumbnail and the video? Bro, I am a one-man army, bro. If I'm being real with you, everything that you see, I'm doing. All of it. Eventually, I'm going to have to start delegating, but I'm very good with time management. And I'm going to make a video on that as well. I'm going to make a video on how to stop procrastinating in the future. Very near future, actually. But yeah, I am the person who does all of that stuff. I made my own website. I set up all of this shit, bro. Not happy with my life right now, not sure what to do. Here's what you need to do. Okay, I need you to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, pen, some type of writing instrument. Write down what your dream life looks like. Write down what your dream life looks like and then reverse engineer. Literally, that's all you need to do. Reverse engineer, figure out what you have to do, and more importantly, who you need to become to inherit that dream life. What's good, dankest kid? Username crazy. Thanks, Jordan, for your perspective on community college. No problem. No problem at all. How did you meet Ice Cold JT? So I don't know if he still does this, but Ice Cold JT, when he first started, and this is something I'd recommend for any YouTuber who's trying to grow their platform. I see some of you doing this already, but Ice Cold JT was on every comment section for every self-development YouTuber that you could think of. Every time you watched a self-development video and you looked at the comments, JT was there. So I kept seeing him posting these positive, inspirational messages under my videos, and then eventually I reached out to him and we ended up doing a collab stream, which is still on my channel. I think it was from February last year. So, and speaking of Ice Cold JT, me and Ice Cold JT, for those of you who were not here at the beginning or haven't been keeping up, me and Ice Cold JT are doing a collab meet and greet July 25th, Monday, July 25th at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time in Santa Monica, California. Santa Monica Beach, what is it? Well, we're still figuring out all like the specific details, but it's going to be at Santa Monica Beach. So stay tuned for more information. Stay tuned for more details. Yes, July 25th. How much did you make last month? So the reason why I always duck this question, and this is going to be this is the last question I'm going to answer. The reason why I always duck this question is because as a YouTuber, your income fluctuates. So if I tell you how much first of all, I don't keep track of how much I make on a monthly basis anymore. I just pay my bills and let the money stack up. But if I were to tell you, okay, I make this much based on what I made last month, next month I might make half of that. So then it's like, oh shit, he's a capper. I was like, no, I'm not a capper. I just made less. So that's why I don't answer that question anymore, because it just fluctuates so much. But I'll say this though. The very least amount of money I can make in a month, the very least, very, very, very least, like literally the least, is $3,000. That's the very least I can make. And that's if I stop posting. That's if I stop posting and only do sponsored videos. I'll make $3,000 in a month, every month. But like I said, that's the minimum. The maximum, there is no maximum because I work for myself. But yeah. Oh, and also that's another thing. That's another thing I want to mention. A lot of you guys think that money is the main factor that will change your life. It's actually working for yourself. When you work for yourself, that is the true wealth. Because you have to think about it. When you get a lot of money, your life really isn't going to change as much as you think it is if you're on your purpose. Me, I'm doing this stream right now just like I would do my streams back in 2020, in July 2020. I make more money now, but I still spend my time doing more or less the same stuff. It's just I have a nicer life in general, but I do the same things. And really, what is your life aside from the things that you do? So, oh, you eating? I'm trying to get like you. Pierre, is that not a Benz in your profile picture? That man is in a 2025 Mercedes Benz talking about I'm trying to get like you. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. But man, this is probably the most talking I've done in a stream in a long time. But anyways, I think on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I appreciate everyone for stopping by and everyone who sat here and listened to me tell my life story for these past couple years, basically. Like I said, if you want to see more of that, you can go on my channel and just watch the videos for yourself. Or you can watch the video called I Spoke My Life Into Existence. Just look that up on my channel. It's the one where I'm holding the plaque on one side and then it's me and my car on the other side. So when are you going to stream again? I stream every single Saturday. Every Saturday. So I'm going to be live again next Saturday, probably around the same time. Once again, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I appreciate everyone who stuck with me up to this point. For however long you've been supporting me, just know that I do appreciate you. And I am constantly sending positive energy your way. And each and every one of us is going to be highly successful. All you need to do is be grateful for where you are and understand that any adversity that you're experiencing right now is a part of your story. It's a part of how you are going to inspire the next generation of people. So keep that in mind, and I hope you guys are living your best lives wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content every single day. Like I said, I'm built different, bro. One-man army. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.